Good morning. It is April 6, 2021 at 8:43 a.m. This is Mr. Bing in Introduction to Engineering Design, Liberty High School. And I am here with Tommy and Olivia and Levi and Clay and Alex, and they are working on what they do, which is very good. They might be listening to me right now. They might be looking at the big screen right now. If not, that's okay. This is for anyone who would like to view this and try to make any sense of what we're doing. Here is our Schoology course page. And of course, when you go to start here, you go to the announcements. Here are the announcements. Friday, March 26th. No, that's right. That's not right. It's Tuesday, April 6th. And then you can see for yourself what we're working on. I wanted to be on 133 and 134 this week, but it looks like we're a little bit stuck, or I'm a little bit stuck on 132. Speaking of 132, here it is, or there's part of it. In 132, this particular assignment, there's a lot of things to make here. Of course, there are instructions, but what I'm most concerned about is that you make things. And so make that, and make that, and make that, and make that, and make those, and make that. This is what I'm going to do right now. I haven't done this yet. I'm going to make that, the base plate drawing. And so when I do this, let me see, engineering notebook right here. When I do this, I try to demonstrate it in the engineering notebook simulator, or at least the notebook entry and the screenshots of my work. And Olivia, you might want to pay attention to this part if you didn't know this already. In the notebook, you always have a table of contents. And on that table of contents, you list every assignment that's in that notebook. Only the ones that you've done. Do not list assignments that you have not done. So these are the ones that I've done and the dates that I started them and the page number within the notebook where they lie. And so let me see, how do I find that? I'm going to go back to this. And the actual, that's in the way. I don't know if you guys can see that. There's this little toolbar. Okay, so this is the assignment. Let me move that back out of the way again. Okay, this is the assignment in the notebook simulator of the assignment with the goals and the notes, and there's a hand drawing, and then there's these symbols that I put in the notebook. And then ultimately, the most important part is it says make 3D models. And if you look closely at this, because this is a simulation of your notebook, simulation of my notebook, if you look closely at this, it says make 3D models, okay? See screenshot at the end of the document scan. Make more 3D models. See screenshot at the end of the document scan. Make some more. See screenshot at the end of the document scan. And so after all of the written portion, which is that, after all of the written portion, which for me, it took 3 pages of notebook. After all the written portion, all of the computer work that I've done, I took screenshots of it and I stuck it at the end, just like you will with your CAM scan. After you've scanned the papers, you'll take your proper screenshots and then you will add them to that CAM scan to make a single PDF document with everything in it. And when I was explaining this earlier to the class, I said, oh, look, I've done all the work and I've finished up all the notebook work. And then I realized when I looked at these 6 things, there is a 7th thing that I was supposed to make. And that is the 7th thing. So I want to do that and use this as an opportunity to teach anyone who wants to listen, or anyone who wants to view this later or at home. I am running a Zoom right now. So technically your at-home classmates, your tomorrow classmates, and your full-time at-home classmates could be in the Zoom right now listening to this. And as I check the number of participants, there are one participant, which is me. So that's a little discouraging. But here is the base plate that I'm going to make. And so there's a Word document that has the information, in particular the dimensions. Dimensions are so often not given. And that's frustrating, because if you're trying to make something and the dimensions aren't given, well then what are you going to do? But this time the dimensions are given a lot of dimensions for this thing. Not all the dimensions I would have hoped, but oh well. So let me go back to here, and then I'm going to open up my Onshape. Is that what I'm going to do? Onshape login. Okay. You should have an Onshape account. Please tell me that you do. A free account, of course. No personal information. Signing in, Onshape. Onshape is free. Autodesk Fusion 360 is $500 per license. And so let's use the free one. I can't talk and type a password at the same time. Okay, there you go. Any of you people that want to see, look at all the work that I've done. I hope you've done a lot of work so far this semester, but I've done all these 3D models. I'm learning just like you are. So let me see, where'd that thing go? Okay, that thing? Okay, I'm gonna make that. It looks like a big square, right? It's a square that's 4¼ inches wide, and then it is a square, 4¼ inches, I don't know, deep or wide, deep, high. I'm considering that width and depth because I feel like I'm looking at the top of the object. Actually, I'm not looking at the top of the, I'm looking at the front. That is not the way that it's shown here. It's shown as this is the top, and I know I probably should do it the way that they did it. Darn it, I'm not sure what to do here. I'm going to call that the front, and then if it's bad, I'll just regret it. Okay, so where'd that go? Okay, I'm going to make that the front. It's a 4¼ inch width and a 4¼ inch height front square. So go back to Onshape. I'm going to create. This is where the learning might actually happen if you want to. You do not have to do what I'm doing right now. Okay, what did I create a document? I'm going to call it IED. Try to be consistent and make sense with what you're calling things. IED 1.3.2 base plate. I'm just trying to describe what it is. WBM is my initials. I'm probably telling you more than you need to, but it's the first day back after a long break, and I'm kind of using this to refresh myself. And so here's the new IED 1.3.2. Is that what it is? Yes. Base plate WBM. I'm going to sketch on the front view and then move that out of the way. And then I can look dead on in the front, and I'm going to make a square or a rectangle that happens to be a square. Note what's happening? Why is nothing happening? Escape, undo. I don't know what just happened. Let's try this again. Okay, I'm going to make a rectangle, and I'm going to snap it on the origin. I like to start at the origin. And then I'm just going to arbitrarily go click, and those aren't the right dimensions. I want 4.25, enter, 4.25. Okay, now that's good. I have a square, a rectangle that happens to be a square. And that's a two-dimensional figure existing in three-dimensional space. And so now, where'd that go? Over here. So now I want to put all these features here, all these features on. Actually, I don't want to do that yet. I want to extrude some depth out of it. And they don't give us the depth of this thing. They don't give us the depth of this. I guess that's the bottom. I don't know. They don't give us the depth of this thing. So I'm going to just estimate that that's 2 layers, 1/4 inch each. And I'm going to say that it's a 1/2 inch, right? 2 quarters. 2 quarters. So I'm going to extrude. Let me click that, right? I'm going to extrude that shape backwards into the screen, 0.5. Okay, I like it. I like it. And so now I feel like I've got an actual object to work with. I could have worked on the sketch before the extrusion, but I just feel more comfortable extruding it first, which you're going to say doesn't make sense because now I'm going to have to make another sketch on top of the first sketch, but I'm just doing what makes me comfortable. You do what makes you comfortable. It's fine. We can all do something a little bit different. It's okay. So, okay, where's this thing? So now I got all these little features, and I'm just going to pick one, right? There's a little square. Now that little square, let me see if is 1¼ inches wide and 1¼ inches tall, right? That little square. But where does it start? It looks like it's 0.406 off of that corner, 0.406 off of that corner. So what I'm feeling, and believe me, there's a lot more elegant ways to do what I'm about to do. And I forgot what the dimension was, 0.406 and 0.406. There's a lot more elegant ways. Yes, Alex, for me? Or just stretching it out. Okay, 0.40, there's a lot more elegant ways to do this, but I'm just gonna make a rectangle. I call it a construction rectangle, so let me change it to a construction line. I'm just calling this, why did that happen again? Make that stop happening. Okay, let me see. This right, snap it. Okay, this is 0.406, enter, 0.406, enter. All right, it wasn't, I wanted it to be construction lines, but it wasn't, so who cares? But now I'm going back to here, right? 0.406 off the corner, 0.406 off the corner. Now I need a little square that is these dimensions, you got to really look closely at them. This is 1.25 and 1.25 square right there. Okay, where's that? 1.25. I'm gonna make another square. And this one, I'm not gonna make into a construction line. I'm gonna make it into a real line. I forgot, 1.25, is that what it was? 1.25? Yeah, it was 1.25. 1.25, click, 1.25, and then 1.25. And if you don't like this extra little rectangle that I made, I mean, you can get rid of it. I don't know if I care right now, but you could get rid of it. I'm just using it as a construction, even though I accidentally made an actual object, but who cares? It's fine. We can deal with it. Okay, now let me see what else. Then there's all these little things. What are those? Those are just little holes, and dimensions are not given. Okay, these are little holes. But okay, but I'm gonna put points where all these little holes should go, I guess, right? So let me see here. Let me start down here because I don't know why. This is 0.375 up off the bottom for those two little holes. 0.375 up off the bottom, and then where are they? Where are they? 0.375 up off the bottom, and then this one is 2.75 off from the left corner. So 2.75 to there, and then 0.375 up a little bit. Okay, let's see here. 2.75. Remember that 2.75 and 0.375. 2.75 and 0.375. I already forgot what it was. What was it? 2.75? 2.75. And I forgot 0.375. Is that what it was? 0.375, like that? That doesn't look right. Is that right? That doesn't look right. Maybe it's right? Let me see. It's up off the bottom, 0.375, and then it's all the way over from the left, 2 points. I think that's what I just did, right? 2.75. Yeah, 0.375. You can't 0.37. Okay, that looks good. Now, probably should have used a construction line, but whoa, stop that. But who cares? Now I need notice the circles do not have dimensions given. I kind of wish they did. Maybe they're given somewhere and I just don't know where. The circles are not given, dimensions are not given on these circles. Maybe if I looked more closely, but I'm just going to make up some dimensions. I'm going to make up for this one. I'm going to call that, I'm going to call that 1/8 of an inch. Radius, 1/8 of an inch diameter. I'm going to do 1/8 of an inch and see what happens. Okay, I'm going to make and that's actually should be a hole, right? But I'm just to sort of give myself an idea. That's going to be 0.125. Nothing happened. Okay, this is going to be 0.125. Oh, that's nice. Undo that because I actually want a hole there. So undo that. But it gave me an idea of what the size of that would be. Okay, I'm going to make a hole. Here's the hole, sketch, hole. There we go, hole. I'm going to put a hole right there, and I want it to be. I remember in this plate. Remember I said this was a 1/4 inch and 1/4 inch. I'm going to say that hole only goes a 1/4 inch deep. I'm totally just making this up right here. Okay, 1/4 inch, 0.25, and it doesn't look like there's anything fancy about that. It looks like just a simple hole. So guess what? I'm going to go simple. Blind. I don't know what blind means. Oh, blind means that it doesn't go all the way through. Okay, that's good. 0.25. This one I want to be 0.125, and then I want it 0.25 deep. I am totally just making this up. Okay, there's a hole. Okay, there's a hole. Let's see. There's a hole, right? There's a hole. Yeah, there's a hole, and it does not go all the way through. I made this thing 1/2 of an inch thick, and then that hole was a 1/4 of an inch, I think, 1/4 of an inch. So there's a hole. Now what do? I probably should wrap things up. I'm not going to have time to finish this. There's a lot more to this, but what I'm going to do from here is make point, using whatever method I want. Construction lines, construction rectangles. I'm sure there's a lot more like elegant, like I said, ways to do this, but I'm going to put points all over here. I'm going to make holes all over that thing. And then after I've done all that, I will make a drawing, create a drawing. A drawing inches, yeah, okay, inches. And then what's happening? Okay, and keep in mind that this is completely incomplete. There's the front view of the object, and there's the side view, and then I'm going to make a top view. There's no features to it, so this is pretty lousy. And then there's the isometric view. All we see is that one little hole. I kind of wish I had done an extrusion. Let me see. Can I make that visible? No. Can I make that visible? Oh, there we go. I kind of wish I had made it. Okay, undo that. Okay, slow down. I want to extrude that. And I want to extrude in here. And again, I'm making this up as I go along, 0.25. Nothing happened. Okay, let's try that again. Well, I'll probably undo it because I have no idea what it did. Go here. And then this time I'm going to remove some material. 0.25. Okay, check mark. Yes, all right, that looks nice. I'm going back to here. I wonder if it updated. Did it update it? No, that's not it. Did it update it? It did not update it. How do I update it? Refresh it. Updating drawing. Look, it kind of worked. And then show shaded view. There, that's beautiful. And then show, show hidden lines. Yes, hidden lines. Show hidden lines. Remember, you always have to do this. And keep in mind, there's so many details here that I didn't get to, but I'm trying to show you what I want you to, eventually do. I want to make a dimension here. Looks like people are walking around outside, so I'm gonna. Oh my gosh, I turned all my alarms off because we were on a holiday. So you guys wrap it up. It's like time to go. I'm going to dismiss you very soon. And dimensions here. I'm going to put a dimension here. The overall and probably the most important thing there. I mean, there's other things I need to make dimensions of, but check this out. Check it out. Where's what if I do this? What if I do this? I'm doing dimensioning. Look at that. It automatically knows that hole size. But that's probably not exactly what I wanted. Undo that. Escape. Undo that. Undo that. How do I do the hole size? How do I do that? Oh, that's it. That's it. Whole call out. There we go. It remembers the whole size. So I guess it's time to go, everyone. So I'm going to stop this recording and say goodbye to my class. And so for those of you watching the recording, bye for now.